What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another SLA video. Guys, we have a lot of people asking me to cover this, so let's cover it. Let's talk about it. There's a lot to talk about here, especially with the state of the game now. The things have changed a lot. Things are changing in a rapid pace, and we have to kind of adapt. And I want to go over this. This is going to be a PSA essentially for existing players, returning players, new players. It doesn't matter. The reset button, as I mentioned in the last video, has officially been hit. So let's go over this and talk a little bit about what you guys want to know and what you should know going in as a free-to-play player, pay-to-win player, whatever the case is, whatever you are. You guys know from my perspective, I'm both. This is my free-to-play account. This is the one I focus on most. I have a pay-to-win account as well too, so I do cover both sides of the world. And right now I can honestly genuinely say there's a lot of bigger concerns coming through the community, and is it a good or a bad thing? Now I want to cover this from a non-biased perspective, and what I mean by that is I'm going to look at it through the lens of us as players but also devs, and I want to give you guys kind of their reasoning behind what they're doing and why they're doing it, and maybe, you know, not justify some of the actions, but also understand some of the actions. And from our perspective, I want the devs to understand how we as players feel with some of the things that are happening and why we are a little bit concerned. Now, just so everyone's clear, the second year anniversary is coming up in May. The SLC is coming up in April. And with SLC, I want to say this, and I want to make it absolutely clear, is that it causes a big disturbance in the production of the game. It has last year. We felt it. We saw it, whether it's the content creator program. And speaking of which, don't forget to hit that support button, guys, if you haven't already done so. We got free codes on our way. That was a good segue, right? That was a great segue into the content creator program. Hit that support. It is free. Get yourself some free codes, guys. 2 free codes coming your way very, very soon. And we have additional codes coming as well, too. It is pinned in every single comment section and in every single description of every video. Easy to support. It's free. It helps me. I help you. Perfect. It's synchronized. All right. So make sure you do that, guys. Now, speaking of which, so going back to that topic, last year when the SLC happened, it caused a big issue because it was, number one, content wasn't being released quick. Number two, it disturbed the first year anniversary. It was a very lackluster first year anniversary. And honestly, around that time, we had if I recall, we had the anime to kind of support the game previously to that. So you know, a lot of people were coming in with the hype of the anime and everything. Now we don't have that same luxury. The anime is nowhere to be seen, obviously, this year. And we may have to wait till next year to even see anything remotely about it. And with that being said, it is definitely something the devs need to focus on more, is putting effort during the SLC to make things happen. Now, because of the SLC being a big part of their I guess structure and expenses, we're seeing some of the changes that are quickly occurring in the game because of the SLC. So for example, people have all noticed this. We all noticed it as content creators. You guys are noticing it as players. We're never getting Essence Stones codes anymore. The last time they gave us Essence Stones was 10K, which was very, very generous of them, by the way. It was like 2 months ago. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen Essence Stones come in for quite some time. But right now, the way I'm seeing it is they are avoiding giving Essence Stones because they want to obviously make money, right? Clearly. Because let's be honest, this game has been very free-to-play friendly for a whole 2 years at this point. And it still continues to be very free-to-play friendly, but not as free-to-play friendly as it was previously in the past, right? We're seeing a lot more changes gearing towards pay to win, and I'm okay with that. Personally, I'm okay with that. Listen, like I said, you have to make money for a game to survive. This game is, you literally put this game on your PC and on your phone for free. There's not a penny to be paid to the company. So if that's the case, and we're playing a pretty damn good gacha game, I'd have no problems with pay to win players getting benefits. They deserve it. They keep the lights on, and there should never ever be a free to play player here that says, "Oh, pay to win's piece of shit." Blah 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 blah. And it's not a PvP game. There's no you know, like arena matches or anything like that. And when there was PvP, it was pointless, right? I mean, there was nothing. It didn't really matter if you fought whales or not. You would get points anyways. So there's nothing in this game right now that should upset a free to play player for a pay to win player to pay for to keep the game alive. Nothing. Most gacha games, it's shunned upon being pay to win, right? And in this game, this is one of the ones where I feel like the pay to win community, the free to play community live very harmoniously together. And at least in my server, in my community, it's a very non-toxic relationship, which I love. Well, there's always toxic people around there, right? But the game is definitely moving in a direction that is less free to play friendly. I think we need to let the cat out of the bag. I don't think there should be nobody here as a content creator or anybody as a player promoting anything otherwise. The game is 100% going towards the path of pay to win if you want to finish the hardest content and if you want to get the highest achievements in terms of skins, in terms of titles, avatars and icons. But I want to make that like crystal clear that that's really all it's about. It's not like if you get the top scores, you're going to get yourself a free weapon that nobody else can get. Everything else in this game is achievable through the normal means of playing, grinding, etc. So that's something that a lot of people need to understand. This game, when you come into this game, it's not a traditional like, hey, if you're pay to win, you can advance X amount of floors, which will give you X amount of items that you can't get if you're free to play. That doesn't exist here. What you're getting 90% of the times, guys, let's say 99% of the time, I'm confident say 99% of the times, are cosmetic things that not enhance your gameplay, but more just make it more colorful, different animations, etc. But there's no enhancement to your gameplay, right? So that is something to keep in mind. But yes, the game has in fact gone more pay to win. And a lot of people have been asking me to cover this. Now, another thing a lot of people have been asking is in the EU section of the world, or you know, the eastern side of the world. For some reason, there seems to have been some issues with the way the game is being handled in regards to the disconnection issues. So a lot of people were talking about this during the live stream, and now it seems like it's definitely something that needs to be discussed even further, because it looks like people who are in that side of the world are currently facing problems with getting their game to work properly, and it just continuously disconnects. Now, this wasn't a problem for a long time. This was an issue that we haven't faced for a very, very long time. It seems like now, unfortunately, it's coming back as being an issue. So Netmarble, I hope if you are seeing this, if you watch this, because I know you do watch some of our videos, that you know that, hey, we definitely have some problems right now, and you guys need to definitely address it. That side of the world currently right now can't play a stable game to save their life, right? So that's a big issue as well, guys. So make sure if you are on that side of the world, know that I have your back. I am doing my best to make sure that they hear about it. Now, the other thing I want to say is WOBL. This has been a hot topic, right? So right now I've been able to finish all hard modes, top 1,000, top 6,000 every single time on my free to play. That is no longer going to be feasible with this new method. And I think going forward, guys, we all have to kind of put that in the back of our minds as like, hey, right now the game is still free to play friendly enough, but if you're looking for WOBL for the top 1,000 at the very least, don't think that's going to be possible anymore. I think right now the plan and what they plan to do, and I've been saying this for months now, right? I've noticed it with the last one, and I'm starting to notice it now more for this one. What their plans are, I think, is to make the top 1,000 exclusive to pay to win players. Again, that's a-okay. Who cares? It's an extra skin, maybe two. I think top 3,000 we're going to see for Dolphins, and then top 6,000 when everything gets nerfed to complete crap, we're going to probably see the more of the free-to-play players. Now, I'm not saying that free-to-play players can't get top 3,000 or 6,000. It's maybe very viable or doable, but at the moment, the way it sits, it's mostly geared for pay-to-win to do. So, guys, I know there's been a lot of stress over that idea of like, hey, free-to-play don't have a chance anymore, but I think, and I've been saying this for, I think, maybe 5 or 6 months, is that free-to-play players were never really meant to finish this kind of content, right? It was always geared towards pay to win, and they've always undertuned it enough where free-to-play players did kind of sneak in and were like, hey, I can do this as well too. Now I think they're starting to realize, okay, you know what, our pay to win players are not doing quite as, they're not getting as much bonus as they want to. It's affecting their bottom dollar, and because of that, they're also now making it more pay to win, so people who are pay to win actually have a chance to do this. So that's the whole thing. Now, I don't know how much it upsets you guys, so please let me know in the comment sections if you are affected by this, if this is something that's hurting your ability to play. I personally like the idea of having to start over again. I've always been a fan of resets in games because I feel like the old boring methods of just playing the same game over and over and over again needed to stop. Like, it had to stop. It needs to eventually be, rehashed a little bit so people can enjoy the game more. And I think right now with the way it's going, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to take over here for a second. The way it's been going is that the game just got stale. People were tired of the same gears. People were tired of the same nonsense that they were dealing with. And I think this is a great thing for the game. And I think it's important for people to accept that a reset needs to happen once in a while for the game to be fresh again. Not only for us as existing players, because remember, at the end of the day, they've already got our money and our time. This is more to attract newer players. And for newer players to really care about the game, they're going to need to come in and see for a way for them to feel more like they can catch up, right? So for new players and returning players, this is a fantastic time to join because everything just got changed, right? Now we can pick the gear we want to farm. The stats, guys, I know a lot of people were talking about the stats aren't there, paying what's going on. I feel like that's something that's going to be pushed to the following to the following patch. But right now, for newer players and returning players, it's a great time to join. Wind is, again, the most dominant team, I would imagine, after doing all the testing and everything. So come back, play the game, enjoy the game. Use Wind if you need to, and dominate, and you will do absolutely fine in this. So there's been a lot here, guys, that people are worried about, but I think you have to kind of look at it from a perspective of this is a brand new reset for the game, and it's not a bad thing. We have to consider the fact that they are doing changes that are geared towards newer players coming in, as well as existing players coming back, or returning players coming back and actually feeling like they can put a dent in the game. And also for us to do something brand new. Farming new gear is not a bad thing. And you know what, guys, for those asking about gear guide, I've made one already, but we'll go deeper, dive into it a little bit more once we get a chance to, whether you should consider doing if you should consider, getting rid of the current gear you have and going with the newer stuff, etc., etc. We'll cover all of that in a different guide. But for now, guys, yes, the game is getting more pay to win. It is definitely causing a lot more stress for people. But I'm here to say, from a business perspective, I understand why they're doing it, because again, they're not making as much money anymore, and this game has given us a lot of free stuff for the last 2 years. So if it needs to stay alive in order to be a little bit more pay to win, I'm okay with it personally, because I love this game, I love my community, and the last thing I want to do is lose this game over some free-to-play nonsense just because these guys are not making enough money. Who cares? Let people get cosmetics. It's not that big of a deal. All right, guys, please, in the comment section, let me know what you guys feel about it. I still think it's one of the more free-to-play friendly games out there, but at the same time, I know some people are not happy about it, and obviously your opinion matters to me a lot. So please leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Are you guys okay with this? Are you guys happy with the new update, or are we looking at this as a ploy to make more money only? And if you are happy with it, what's the favorite thing about this update that you enjoy so far? That's all the things I want to know. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.